This week on Uploading Podcast, we'll start off with a heated tangent about video game pricing, but we'll also cover Intel building a giant new site in Europe, Squid Game becoming real life, expanding the SOD method of getting more things shipped to you than that you've bought, and a few more stories. I think it's going to be a pretty good show today.
Hello. Welcome to Uploading Podcast, the battleground of linguistic definitions.
Oh my god.
We had a probably
You
a
don't
10-minute
have to
argument.
reveal our stupid shit to the fucking audience.
Of course we do.
No,
of course we do, so they
absolutely
can laugh
not.
at us. We just had a massive fight about whether or not glamping counted as a word.
That's not even the main problem. I was like, oh, well, glamping is not a thing in German. We just say camping for what glamping is, and that's it. There's no camping and glamping difference in German. Oh, no.
There is a fun...
And then Sod got fucking like, oh, fucking grammar patrol or whatever. Word control. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It is actually glamping when you take your own tent and then go somewhere where
What?
they have
Again,
toilets and electricity.
Silas, I insist you stop ascribing false things to me. I've been very clear throughout all of this. You can either take your own things, or have them provided for you.
Okay.
I have been very clear throughout all of that. Do not muddle my point.
Well, no, that's not what I did. I didn't even finish yet. It doesn't matter. Different languages have different words. Woohoo!
Smush them together.
Already proven.
Smush the German word and camp for glamorous and camping together.
It's already
I
proven
insist you do it.
that, well, the German word for glamorous is it's the same fucking word. It's glamorous. So
And take that.
it would come out to glamping, yes.
Yes, do it. Just
But I
take
still
the
don't
first
like it.
syllable
And I
of
still don't think it
glamorous
matters. It
and add
doesn't
it
matter.
onto the latter end of camping in German. Do it.
It doesn't
Do it,
matter.
you cowards. I insist.
So, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, I was in France at a campsite with my own tent.
Mhm.
And yes, we did have electricity, and there is a toilet there. Multiple
So-
toilets.
You were indeed glamping.
Yes. In English, I would say that. Yes, we went glamping.
And you will say it in
It's-
German
it's,
from now
fine.
on. Make it a word. Affect the course of the German
Oh my
language
God.
throughout history. Be the first domino, Silas. Be the first domino.
So, anyways, it was pretty good, and I discovered what I think is the most amazing thing. First of all, stunningly beautiful and nice with the area where we were. Fucking awesome looking and great, and it was pretty cool. But what I think my personal highlight is, in terms of silliness, is there's a town near the campsite where we were, and this
Go
is so
on.
stupid. I think if this becomes a company, you cannot convince me otherwise. I will move to that town and headquarter the company there, or name it after that fucking town or whatever, because the
Okay.
town is actually named Bitch. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah.
Oh, what old baron or former knight had such a bitter breakup?
It
They
is-
named the
yeah.
name a bitch.
It is written with an E at the end, though.
Yeah,
And it's
same
French,
difference.
but it doesn't matter that it's pronounced bitch.
The same difference.
It's cool. It's a cool
word.
little town. It has this massive castle thing in the middle of it.
Mhm.
And also, I think it's pretty cool because of German arseholery in the past. A lot of people speak German there, so there's this stereotype of, oh, the French are like dicks about when you don't speak French and stuff like that. I don't know if that's true, but in that part, that's not true, because you could just be like, oh, well, do you speak German? And they're like, well, yeah, a bit. Yeah. And then they'll explain in correct German where the fucking store is where you're trying to go to and whatever. And it's lovely. It's great. And even the ones that don't speak German, they still know basic words. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
That's neat.
And
sounds like a perfect place for you to holiday.
Very nice.
If you're a German speaker.
Yes. So go there, Germans. And maybe Austrians too, yeah. I don't know. Or people who've just learned German. Try improving your German with the French German speaking people in fucking bitch. Amazing. Don't go to the actual German place. No, go to bitch or wherever.
I mean, I imagine you'd want to go there if like German is like a pretty close second or primary language for you, not like, Hey, I took like a course in college.
I've done a few lessons on Duolingo. I can speak German now. Let's go to bitch. That was a random rambling thing.
That's any others you want to go over?
I have some other thing, which is I also played Sonic Colors again on my phone in 1080p emulated, and it ran pretty good.
Ooh.
Don't like the fact that it's capped at 30 frames a second because it's a fucking Wii game. But it looks so nice. It looks really good. Sword, you should play Sonic. I'm going to buy Sonic Colors Ultimate for you. I'm just going to buy it.
I mean, yeah, if you buy it for the Xbox, so I'll probably get around to playing it on stream.
And you said, oh no, I have to play the bad one first. The bad one's not coming, or Frontiers, which apparently people say is good now because people have been playing it now.
From what I understand, like, even the people who are saying, like, hey, I dig this, give it a year, polish it up some more, please. I dig it, but it's like, it's rough around the edges. Please fix this up. I think that's like the unanimous consensus from like I said, it needs to be from everyone who has touched it. Whether or not they like the gameplay approach or not, it needs another year. It needs at least another year to polish it.
Maybe that's true, but the thing that I have picked up on is everybody agrees that the IGN gameplay that they released was really shit and didn't do it justice whatsoever.
No shit, Sherlock. Did you see that?
This is kind of obvious, but I don't know.
I feel they must have gotten someone from like accounting or something who doesn't actually play video games.
From Sega,
they certainly
I'm really
deploy
concerned.
them.
If that footage has come from Sega to IGN to publish, then I'm really concerned. If it was made by IGN, fucking obvious that this would happen. Apparently,
who knows? Maybe it was the person who reviews visual novels, and it's like I'm here to critique stories, man. I don't actually play proper games. I just press A to go to next bit of dialogue. I'm out of my depth here. Look, you're the only one we have available for this. Put on your big boy pants and get ready to do your fucking job. And then they release that, and it's like, should have listened to him. He didn't know what he was doing. He did not know what he was doing. He told me straightforward.
Well, anyways, I still think Sonic Colors is probably my favorite game of all time. It just flows so nicely. And it has great attention to detail. It looks good. Like, there's this, depending on what level it is, they make like a new model for some enemies. So in Starlight Carnival, it's a carnival, so the enemies have trumpets now. And in the fucking the food level, there's like a food themed level, and they have like kitchen utensils and stuff like that. And you could just, in a Sonic game where you run really fast, it's amazing to me how much detail is actually in the world when you stop and look around. It's just awesome. Especially for a Wii game, it looks really good. You're not going to play the Wii version, so you're going to see shit. But okay.
Yeah.
Also, another really random thing, I bought Forza Horizon 5 on Steam because it's on sale right now.
Okay. Did you have fun with it?
I played it before on PC while I still had Game Pass. And I want to point this out. There's this cool website called ProtonDB where you go to and look at the game you want to buy, and then it will say, oh, this is, I don't know, gold or silver or platinum or unsupported or whatever. And it will tell you if you're going to be able to run it on Linux, if it's not a Linux-made thing. So, Yeah, Proton.
That actually does sound pretty useful.
That's the thing that Steam have developed, Proton, the special layer to run Windows games on Linux. And it's a cool website, but my problem is these fucking people with what I assume are AMD GPUs, they've all played this and it runs fine, and they've all given it ratings, so it is silver. But when I bought it and I played it, and I fucked around with a lot of settings for like 50 minutes almost, it does not work. I can't play it. It crashes. There's this intro scene in the game where your car gets dropped down out of a helicopter and you drive down a fucking volcano. It's really awesome when it works.
I mean, it does sound epic.
It is, I think, a great game. But every single time, there's this voice line which is like, oh, welcome to Mexico, or whatever it is in one Spanish word. I forgot which one it was. I think the welcome word is in Spanish or whatever. It doesn't matter. After that voice line, it crashes every single time. So the bullshit thing is, you launch the game, you press OK, then you wait for, optimizing for your PC, which takes like a minute. And then it's like a 3-minute long intro cutscene, and then it drops you down. And then it crashes, and you can't skip any of that. So it's really annoying to test. And I just gave up after like an hour. Even though you have 2 hours on Steam to give it back and get your money back. I was like, fuck this. I don't care enough. I'll just give it back and buy it again later once I figure this shit out. That was really annoying.
How big was the discount, though? It might have been better just to take the L and suppose having to pay more later.
But it still is discounted, and I have actually thought about that. I don't know what it was. I forgot. I think it cost like €47 or something.
I don't know. I feel like if you come back to in like a year, it'll drop down to like a €40 price. That is actually something I want to make a video about. Is just like the lack of like
okay. So
what's it? Deflation of digital price goods. Because like recently, I got a copy of the DMC remake for like $10 in my local like secondhand store. I say local, it's on the bus route. Anyhow, got it for 10 there.
But actually,
it costs €40. €40 on Xbox right now and all the other platforms. €40 for when the physical edition costs like €10 secondhand. It's like, okay, maybe a little bit more than the secondhand price, but like €40, especially something that's been critically panned, as has been DMC remake. I really want to make a video about that.
So yes, and about that, I've just looked up Forza Horizon 4, which is from 2018 on Steam. And it still is €69.99.
With the sequel out and everything, that's also something that never makes sense to me. There's never like a price drop and a sale in a series of games that have a sequel coming out like 6 months before it comes out. Because that gives people enough time to buy some of the earlier copies, editions of the game, like Dark Souls 1 and 2, before 3 came out. Gives them enough time to buy that and then play it before 3 comes out, and they can make up their mind, hey, do I want to play this game now that's out and new?
And Forza Horizon 5 itself, standard edition, is $59.99 actually already, so the base price is cheaper. And until the 23rd of June, it is minus 20% off, so it's $47.99. And I think I'm actually probably going to buy it again, because I still have a Windows install. A really fucked one. When you start it, it gives you like so many like DLL errors and stuff, and I don't know why, and I don't really give a shit to fix it. So I think I'm just going to get it. It's not that big of a price cut, but if a game from 2018 still has full price on Steam,
that is beyond.
I don't agree with that, but I also don't give a shit, because they can make the prices how they want. If you want to save money, just wait for the next Steam sale, and it's going to be 50% off anyways.
That's a problem, though. It's like, not everything is like a Forza, model, where it's like, hey, you can just buy the most recent version of this if you want, you know? Some of them, like the Arkham series, very specific storylines to the games, you know? You kind of want to go back and play the other ones, even if you have already played the newest one. And like I said previously, just reducing the prices of early editions of the game and having sales for them leading up to the newest release can actually boost sales of that by letting people decide, hey, I like this franchise, I'd like the most recent game. And also, you've already made enough money for it to be profitable to make a sequel. What harm does it do in lowering the price after this amount of time? Like, I just don't get it for the life of it. Do they think at some inevitable point, if they keep games at a certain price, they'll make the money back, even if it has like been, you know, a bomb? It's already lost the money. There's some games on like for the OG Xbox that still cost like €10 to buy. You know, for
That's
the OG
fine,
Xbox,
that's fine. It's still a good game.
Yeah, but the problem is,
I have developed a new point.
It's been like 15 years since they came out.
Yeah.
With like sequels down the line.
It's still a great game, and that's my
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, no.
For keeping the price high. It's a silly point, but...
No.
It's not a worse game just because it's old now, and Forza Horizon 4 is still also great.
I mean, past a certain point, yes. Like, some older games are, like, a bit annoying to deal with without, like, mods and additions. That's, like, again, physical goods. You could probably find physical copies of those games going around for, like, 99 cents, you know? People want to give it away for free. But just because, like, of the convenience of having it digitally download, you should be still paying, like, $10 or something that came out, you know, like 15 to 20 years ago.
That's not even fully true either for physical things, because sometimes you have like, if you like, I don't know, have a fucking Apple iBook or something from like 2001.
Yeah,
that goes for way higher prices than it actually sold like 5 years ago or something.
That's because of like scarcity of demand there. Yeah. But like at a certain point, unless you're dealing with like a Nintendo game, certain things just aren't perceived as like valuable enough to hold on to then resell at a profit in a certain amount of time. And that goes away for a lot of like decent, you know, but not like major successful video games in the past. They either like, you know, a lot of them are only available digitally now. And like it's a great way to get new people in the franchise and get interest in it by just offering at a reasonable price. But I just €10 for an OG Xbox game in the year like 2022 or beyond is just not reasonable. Like it has to be a lot lower than that. Especially, like I said, it's already made the majority of the money it's ever going to make at the time of its release. Lowering it to a more easy to... It's the same reason like Sega really shouldn't be reselling like the Sonic games every generation for like $10 or $5 a piece. That's too much for them, especially for the amount of money they've already made off of them. I'm not saying like they should have to be forced to give some of these stuff away for free, but also $5 every time for a collection of Sonic games on a new system. It's like, come on, man. Just rein it in a little bit.
Do that though. They have the free ones on the phone version now. They're coming out with the fucking
recently
fully remade fucking.
Yeah, and guess what happened when they announced the remakes?
The Origins one.
Guess what happened? They immediately delisted the the OG versions that they had up there.
Well, that's a dick move. I think that shouldn't be happening. But also, I think $10 or €10 for a game that's really old. It's a bit high, maybe 5, but I don't think 10 is that bad, because if that cost like 40 or €50 back then, it's already heavily discounted. Like, what more do you want? Why?
Again, it's a copy of the game that is only available to still purchase because of like Xbox making the systems backwards compatible. You know?
Yes.
I think for like the OG store, like it just wouldn't be available anymore. again, these are really old games that just aren't worthy of having such high price tags based on the quality and age anymore, and nor does it benefit the companies. They could sell like 3 copies a month for like €10, or they could sell, 15, I'll say, for like $2.50. They'd make more money that way.
Well, that's not how capitalism and a free market works. And
fuck capitalism and the free market. All it ever gives us is problems. Oh well.
I don't think buying a game for €10 is a problem there, but okay.
Yes, the fact that it sat on that price when physical goods on the store shelf would have the price deflate over time.
Okay, but if it involves more like insane shit work, like porting an old Sega Mega Drive game onto the fucking Nintendo Switch and PC.
None of this is porting. If that was a port, it would be a new release on a new platform. I am talking about OG things being available to play because, like, the system that was originally ported to, its future entries were designed to be backwards compatible. Okay. It is the original OG versions of these
And that point, it does make less sense, but they can still price at what they want. And it doesn't matter because let's go to your point.
I'm saying it's unethical, God damn it, Silas. Annoying shit show. Well, Silas, you really... I don't know, man. I made my point and you kept saying, hey, but capitalism good. And I clearly don't think it is, You're getting defensive, man.
Why isn't it? Why?
Because it's abusive at this point, It's like so much money. And again, if it was like a physical good on a shelf, like a DVD or a book, eventually, over time, the price would deflate, be lowered in order to move the product, in order to get new things across. But the simple fact is, like, it's a digital copy. It's effectively infinite supply of this.
Already less. $10 is already less. Or $5 also already is less. And to me, that's fine. That's enough. But to you, apparently, it is.
It simply isn't.
I have a last counterpoint, though, which is not that good one. But we've looked at Forza Horizon 4 on Steam, which is still $69.99.
Mm-hmm.
And if I type in Forza Horizon 4 disc new on eBay and press on the buy now thing, you can see one that says $49.90. New Forza Horizon 4 standard disc.
Mm-hmm.
$49.90. That's pretty high. Still less, yes, but still high. And then another one that is $57.99, almost the same.
I wonder if, like, the price of digital goods not being lowered would thus affect the, value of the physical goods and their resale value. It's almost as if, like, the second-hand copies have to go for a lower value than the digital goods. But if you keep the price of the digital goods high, the price of the physical goods also stays relatively high, despite being second or third hand.
And also, I wouldn't class Forza Horizon 4 as an old game either, because I think they're still updating it and stuff, and you can still play super old, online, but right?
Again,
so that's a shit example.
Also like that goes into a completely different ethical problem of like the formulaic sequels in what's its style of game. It's like, okay, it's been X and X years. We're still updating the previous one, but it's like time to output the new one, so that way we can have a big inflow of money. As opposed to just like porting the older one, and releasing DLC and whatnot to like eventually make it profitable. It's a whole thing. Anyhow, shitting on my part, my laptop is really struggling lately. The last few days, it getting close to like 8 years old at this point. Was on the shelf for some amount of time before it was bought and sent over to me. I could really do with a new one. It is going really bad now. Like, there's just every update, it starts to get worse and worse with time. And I need to upgrade. I'm going to be looking towards taking out a loan. But any and all donations are a huge help. You can find all the various ways to do that via my Linktree. A few other things to share about myself. shorts on YouTube channel, Sod Passion Gaming. Watch them, like them, engage them. It's been a real big help so far. On Sod Passion Projects, I have 2 reviews up recently for Halo Infinite and Morbius. Watching and liking them, also a huge help.
Morbius,
yes. Morbius.
What's that? Shitty Sonic World. They've just stolen the name from Planet Mobius and put an R in front of the B.
Morbius has been a character since at least the 80s, so I doubt it.
So it's stolen from Sonic, even though it's from before Sonic.
Yes, there's a time paradox for you.
Yes, it's time traveling, confirmed.
If I may continue. Reddit and Discord as well. Huge help to see you there. Also, poll soon on... Oh, we're gonna get... Wait. We need to know what this tastes like. No. You have to inform us. This is a hemp-flavored drink. This is a hemp-flavored drink, and he has to inform us what it tastes like.
Oh, fuck, it hasn't. God, no, it smells real hard.
Anyhow, a poll for what plays Kenya Bridge of Spirits. Join the Discord and vote before I start playing it next Friday. So, the Friday after you hear this, that one coming up. What does it taste like?
Smells so... I haven't drunk it yet.
Take a big gulp. Just take a big gulp and inform us what it tastes like. Swirl it about on the tongue.
This is a Booster energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
It says, enjoy your life, hemp flavor. Enjoy your life. Fuck off.
You never know how long it's going to be, or short.
As soon as there was the tiniest piercing of the can itself, so much almost a stench came out.
You have to drink some of it.
Yes.
Drink big some now before
I'm drinking.
I go for a bathroom break.
Okay. Oh, okay. So oddly enough, while it's in your mouth, it almost tastes of nothing but just sweet.
Okay, try it.
But then once you've swallowed it, it does fill your mouth with the smell. Oh my god! You don't have to say phrasing every time after a certain word gets said.
I kind of do. It feels.
I like the taste of it. Actually, it just smells really hard. Actually, I think the taste is fine.
Well, in that case,
don't know if I would buy it again because I think there's other tastes that are better, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
I will admit, it's kind of anticlimactic, You hope for something like that to really be awful or be surprisingly good, and it being all right.
I think it's fine, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, maybe if you like the smell of hemp, it's that's the drink for you. If you want something that tastes nice enough and really smells of hemp, but...
No, actually, I've changed my mind. If I had my own flat, I'd probably buy this more often.
Oh, God, no, it actually... do you... Well, I can only... Do you partake fairly often in a certain substance, or...?
No. Actually, I don't, because I'm German. I cannot do illegal things. You know this. You know that I am the most German. I will not walk across the fucking red...
I haven't looked up Germany's law on cannabis. Jesus, F drive, whatever.
You can consume it. You just aren't allowed to own it or buy it. Well, okay, I think you can own it, but now Soda's already getting raided by the Irish FBI for saying the words. Don't say the H word. What's happening?
Give me a second. Probably pause it now. I need to go for a bathroom break.
I think he died. His chair just broke. No,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Don't just talk like you haven't heard me, because that makes you think, oh crap, the mic's broken. And I'm muting myself, going for a quick bathroom break.
I've actually looked it up while Salt wasn't here on his toilet break. It is still illegal to buy and own bigger amounts of it. But because we have the new government now for almost a year? No, less than a year.
I thought they were legalized farms by this point. Oh well.
And all of the parties in the government right now. I don't know, how do you define government? I don't know. Not the opposition parties, but the ones that actually make laws.
The ones
and
that have power right now. Yeah.
The ones in power. All of them are for legalization. So.
Well, they best get on that quick.
Yes, their goal is to have a first draft of a law by the end of this year, so it's not going to be legal this year, probably.
By the end of this year? Jeez, why do they have to make it so complicated?
It's just, well, this is Germany and shit takes long, especially politics shit.
I feel like...
Yes.
I feel like one of the biggest problems with politics in recent years is deciding everything has to be this huge multi-page, briefing? Whereas opposed to it's just like, okay, like, again, like, just a simple motion to say, possessing any amount of, certain substance under a reasonable weight limit, amount, say about, 12.5 grams or so. Like, below that...
You cannot do that, though, because your laws have to encompass everything that can possibly be. You can't... The worst thing that you can have is, a non-specific law.
That's very specific, though. This is a regulated substance until further notice, but any amount under this weight limit is non-arrestable and non-prosecutable under the law. People are legally allowed to have this on them, and are legally cannot be prosecuted or arrested for it. Again, like the fact that every law has to, when it's just a simple thing, simple, even just patchwork temporarily until a bigger thing comes along. But every law having to be this multi-line thing when it clearly didn't have to be in the past. It's just created these huge gridlocks between, having so many things to argue about, to change and put out, to also put the thing together in the first place. And, would you look, the political parties have changed yet again. Probably should move on to our topics now, especially because I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, so the first topic, I think we didn't discuss this before. Usually we would discuss it first before recording this.
Do you want to do 2 and 4, or do you want to do 1, 3, and 5?
I don't really care, but I think you should do 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
Just because I think number 1 is just the SOD method, but take it to a way higher level now.
I'm reading the title, and all I'll say preemptively, it makes sense to do this because, the blowback, the negative blowback from your consumer base is not worth the price of those extra items. You're better off writing that off as opposed to getting all that bad will from your consumers. Anyhow, topic number 1. Sona says customers that got extra speakers don't have to send them back. Sonos has confirmed that customers who received extra, unordered devices as a result of a recent software glitch don't need to return the speakers. Sonos does not require the return of the extra equipment and respects the decision of each impacted customer, said spokesperson Madeline Krebs. Krebs? Okay. That's a weird name. It's Krebs. You tell me how to pronounce that, audience.
Seems like a German name. Krebs.
Yeah. Krebs.
Which also, coincidentally, means cancer.
Say again?
What?
You cut out there.
Where? What part?
The whole what thing, it means. What it means.
Well, it also is the German word for cancer. So
Jesus. Okay. We have and will continue to be in full compliance with the FTC requirements. A summary of the Federal Trade Commission's FTC requirements are outlined on the U.S.'s agency's website. You never have to pay for things you get but didn't order. Oh, well, the website reads, you also don't have to return unordered merchandise. You're legally entitled to keep it as a free gift. Well, that's actually something really good.
Good job, America. Good job, US.
Indeed it is.
Or FTC, I guess. Good job.
I mean, it's part of the thing, but it's one minor win, several major flaws. Failures, I should say. Anyhow, we have and will continue to be in full compliance with FTC's requirements. The software glitch came to light after Sonos customers started receiving anywhere from 2 to 5 extra devices after placing an order for just one. Oh boy, that's a bigger hit than I thought.
Better. It's getting better though.
Yeah. In some cases, there have even been received around 30 shipments from the Sonos containing roughly $15,000 worth of audio gear. Sonos has been approaching affected customers to offer them refunds when necessary and supplying them with shipping labels and extra devices that were sent in error. I feel at that point, you're not getting them back. The big sold off. That is amazing.
Though. Like, imagine buying, I want to buy one PC, and then you get 30.
If that happens, I will be ecstatic. That would just be amazing for me. That would be life-changing.
Now you can do 30 streams at once.
I mean, kind of, if I have like a complicated capture card set up where I can then like be multi-streaming with different stream layouts while being, hey, I'm partnered on Twitch and I'm getting money from that, but the stream layout is completely different. You know, I'm like in the top left corner as opposed to the top right corner on Twitch.
Maybe that's the loophole for the Twitch partner contract.
Oh no, it entirely is. Like, there's been people who have done it in the past who have been big enough that just don't anymore. Not because like Twitch cracked down on them like that, but it's like Twitch is like Twitch is getting really weird about censoring things. It's like hey, you can't say the word simp anymore. Okay, that's weird. Hey, we're gonna ban someone off the platform for saying the word cracker when referring to like white people. It's like, and like even just explaining like the controversy around that and saying that word will get you either temporarily or permanently banned depending on how big you are.
Wow, I like
Twitch
Twitch so much.
Yeah, and it's getting so weird about like
I wonder why I was on Mixer.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason.
Yeah. Oh, if only it was still around. F you, Microsoft, you've killed a good thing.
Well.
Anyhow, super weird when it comes to VTuber models of like, you know, hey, no underboober, you know? None of that, you know? And it's like, but what reason is there to just...
I don't know VTuber things.
You know, like, VTubers can sometimes wear, you know, kind of revealing clothing. You know, they're right to choose whatever their model looks like. But it's like...
Okay.
Like, I could... If it was a person, you could justify that, because unless they were being, like, thinking super far ahead and wearing, like, you know, safety pasties in case of an incident, you could reasonably argue that, you know, a human, you know, like someone physical... could have a wardrobe accident where it's like wearing some revealing clothing, and here's a slip, and then okay, that we can't allow that, you know. Well, when it comes to like VTuber models, it's so dumb. There's no risk of an accidental slip. It's a virtual model. It's not going to slip unless, like, you know, in the case of like Project Melody, it's like, you know, hey, you know, I also stream elsewhere for other content if that's what you're into.
Yeah,
it's
that
like
person also has another PC for the fucking Storm stream. No, that's a joke.
But yeah, Project Melody also streams on Chaturbate sometimes, as well as being an actual proper VTuber. Well, not to say proper, but you know, a video game content reacting VTuber as opposed to, you know, a Chaturbate VTuber. Yeah, like Chaturbate, a site you go to.
Well, I know what that site is.
Yeah,
What is a video game content reactor? I don't even...
Not reactor, but like video game player and like content reactor. It's like...
It's a
Twitch thing.
Entire channel of just watching other people play games.
That would be
I get
incredibly meta.
That probably exists, but like...
Yeah.
Why? Sure, you could watch it, but goddammit, there's so much.
But yeah, like it's super dumb on Twitch's part to like say, hey, no undercleavage, you know, for VTubers when there's like no risk of getting off. Well, I mean,
getting off. That's what Son always does.
Well, yeah, pretty regularly. If I must be honest, I have a good time.
Takes
at least an hour.
Twitch.
Actually, surprisingly not. No. You'd think I'd be all over that, you know?
Because they have strong rules against nudity.
No, it's like not even that. It's like I'd be perfectly fine and respectable in chats. I don't do that. That's not my scene. I don't even subscribe to Chativate. It's just not for me. But you'd think, assuming me, it's like, oh, but he finds wink wink artwork online of them. It's like, no, not really. I don't search it out. It's weird. It's like something I've been quite surprised by, even myself. I'm just not drawn to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just so sexualized to begin with. It's missing that additional spice when I just go straight for the adult artwork. It's like
additional spice. Okay.
Yeah, there's something there. Well, we're going there now. We're rambling.
No.
There's something about just taking characters and then looking up Rule 34 of them that adds additional spice and enticement to it.
Yes.
Which I don't find is there for VTubers, but it's even then it's not even the reason I do it. I just feel nah. Maybe it's just because I don't watch them enough, despite being a VTuber myself. Maybe I just need to watch a lot more Project Mail a day. Okay.
Do you have many VTuber people that you are friends with, streamer friends?
A few with.
That would be the weirdest thing, I think, looking up NSFW things off your friends.
I mean,
because you could totally do that when it's a drawn character. I don't think you can do that with real life. Nowadays.
Well, I mean, you actually can with if you're specifically Upwork, if they're big enough. Yeah, there's probably somebody doing something with that. But I don't know. It honestly depends because the VTuber space is typically very lewd friendly on the whole. Even the safe for work ones are pretty, for lack of a better term, progressive on the whole, adult artwork thing, I don't know. It all depends on, the person and, you clearly respecting the defined boundaries of your relationship despite what you do in private with, artwork, It's if you're completely platonic friends and you respect that boundary despite whatever you do in your own privacy, I think it would be fine. I don't know. I've never exactly done it because, surprisingly, despite my personality, I haven't immediately bonded with the massive VTubers. Surprise, surprise.
I'm not. I wouldn't.
Shocked.
No, I wouldn't do it while looking at people who I consider friends.
That's the thing. The thing, though, as long as you don't cross
actually fuck them or don't do anything. Get drunk and fuck them or don't do anything. That's it.
I feel if you don't make it weird, when you're talking to them and hanging out and doing friendly things, whatever you do in privacy is your business,
So you're saying as long as you don't send them screenshots.
Yeah, of tributes.
Tributes to their own character.
As long as you don't do that, and unless
what is your Twitter handle? You adult listeners. Not saying you should do something, but Sod has an adult Twitter handle. You can just
at adult Sod, I believe.
Yes, upload an image, tag him. There's images of his character. Not lewd, I think. So
lewd
there are probably lewd ones.
Oh yeah, I got a few on this computer right now.
So, okay.
I
do whatever you want, people.
I will say, how does this relate to what I'm saying at all? You're just encouraging our audience to jack off to my character, which is, again, benefits me. That's why I have that,
that's good.
Adult
That's more
variant.
Bonding to our...
Yeah. But how does that relate to what I was saying about the ethics relating to jacking off to someone you have a platonic relationship with, as long as you don't cross any boundaries set up to you? I was going to say before you interrupted there. Well, not interrupted. That's a fun tangent. So if it's you have that relationship where you're still platonic, but you're sending those tributes to each other, it's again, set your own boundaries with people, respect what they say. Yeah. Or it's
this. At that point, it's fine again. Yeah.
Again, respect people's boundaries, whatever they may be. They can be complicated and, from a glance, inconsistent based on certain things, or even the mood. Let's like respect them, and as long as you're not crossing any, and you guys define your relationship as platonic, then it's platonic. You know?
Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
This is a tech news show.
I'm sorry. That was interesting to me. I enjoyed having that conversation. Don't cut that out. I had fun with that. I want people to hear it.
It's too quick to cut out. Yeah. The number one idiotics show. Fucking garbage. Topic number 2 now, please. I'm going to say that we're moving on to topic number 2, which I like because it's about Germany and chips.
Oh, and I was about to say you enjoyed number 2.
Hate it. Son is going to hate it because it's about a company getting money instead of
again, Silas, please stop.
Into fucking the SSSR.
Silas, please stop strawmanning my positions. Like, debate
you annoy me too much with them.
Again, it's okay to not agree with me, but don't strawman me and make it. I don't give a shit about the SSR. Like, and also like saying like the price of goods should deflate with time. I don't think is really like left-leaning progressivism right there. I think that's like kind of basic economics.
Yes, and I agree with that too. It's fine.
Okay.
Topic number 2. God damn it. We're losing so many listeners with this fucking bullshit show. Either that, or we are gaining loads of them because I think people like when I get annoyed. Do you like when I get annoyed? Send us an email at uploadingpod@gmail.com or send like a tweet.
If we get a
DM on Twitter, uploadingpod.
If we get 1,000 listeners by the end of next month, Silas will attach like electrical probe to his Yahoo that I can activate at any time.
No. Why? I am not going to do that. That's not annoying, though. That's just fucking... That's like... I don't know what you would categorize that. Not rape, not harassment, but like really fucking weird.
I mean, it would be those things if I like drugged you and did them to you without your consent. But like for the quality of the show, they've done it on Jackass. There we are.
I keep trying to crap though.
Yeah, but it gets a lot of listeners. It gets a lot of viewers. So.
Topic number 2. Intel Germany mega site gets 6.8 billion. I'm just reading it now. Shut up. 6.8 billion euros.
I love annoying you.
In European Chips Act funding. Intel will benefit from the... that's the same thing again. From 6.8 billion euros, which is 7.3 billion US dollars. Of European Chips Act funding as it builds and commissions its mega site in Magdeburg, Germany. Martin Krömer, the Magdeburg member of the Bundestag, that's the German federal government,
Social Democrat Party,
revealed the decision on Friday, and the amount of funding due this year was confirmed in a federal budget statement. I'm gonna die now. Raising a new chip fab from the ground is complicated, time-consuming, and expensive. Process A, complicated, time-consuming, and expensive process. I can not read today.
That's me every day.
Fucking, I hate this. Yes, I'm adopting your shit traits. Maybe. I don't think so.
But it's only when like it has like one word at the end there, you know, just like that, like expecting the sentence to end there, and then realize, it continues on. You know?
It is estimated that the Magdeburg Silicon Junction site will break ground on... What does H1 2023 mean?
No, in H1.
What is in H1? What is H1?
I think it's just a location. Like...
H1 2023.
No, maybe it's like quarter 1 or first half of 2023. I don't know.
H1B Visa Lottery. That's not correct.
Yeah.
What is H1? That's really annoying me. I didn't see that before.
Maybe it's supposed to be Q1, and it's like, where's C on this? No, that would be quite a typo. They're not exactly next to each other. And it's like the keyboards are different in Germany, where the C and H are next to each other. Well, actually, no. This would be an English-speaking one, wouldn't it?
What is H1? Maybe I can see it from the plans thing that Intel has here. That's linked in the article, because all of the articles that we read are always linked in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Control F 2023. The first half of 2023. That's H1.
I got it.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
I wouldn't expect that either. It's also like...
So, good job. Sod.
It's like, it's just really unnatural, because like first half you expect, Q1, C1 makes sense. First half you would expect it to be at least 1H.
Wait, Q1, C1.
Yeah.
That's written with a Q.
Oh, Q1, yes, I'm dyslexic. it typically is Q1, okay, but it's like... Again, you can watch my playbacks of Elden Ring. Whenever it says, be wary of right, I look to the left side of the
Wary of white. Yeah, that's been true for many years in history.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like someone that says look to the right, I look to the left. It's baffling.
Okay, I'm not laughing at you, but like, God damn it!
I'm sorry, the neurons in my brain misfire.
That's fine.
I can't help it.
It's still funny though. Yeah.
I realize it a second after, but it's like instinctually my brain does that, thinking,
I have
this is correct.
Things too, though. So yeah, that's fine. I have to continue reading. So the site will break ground in the first half of 2023 and be completed by 2027. Silicon Junction will feature 2 large chip fabs. These will be advanced Angstrom era fabs with plans to produce nodes like Intel 28 and beyond. I'll explain that in a second. Intel revealed in March, Intel-branded processors will be made at the fabs as well as partner products via Intel Foundry Services. So what does Angstrom era mean? I looked it up, and it's a special measurement. I think it is like a 10 millionth of a millimeter, so it's really, really tiny. I have to look it up again because I fucking forget. Yeah, 1 angstrom. It's named after a Swedish physicist. 1 angstrom is, 0.1 nanometers, which is a 10 millionth part of a millimeter. So I didn't remember it correctly.
So have you finished the paragraph? I was responding to something on Discord.
I finished this part, the first 2.
Okay. Sorry. That I was reading ahead.
Okay. I was explaining what this meant. What 20A is.
Oh, yes.
What a fucking angstrom is. Okay.
And there's like you said a 10 millionth of a milligram or something? Or
millimeter, yeah.
Millimeter, yes. My apologies.
So 20A is really small. And this is going to be really cool. Intel's Magdeburg Silicon Junction will have big impact on the local... I hate German names in English sometimes. The local Saxony-Anhalt economy. It is expected to create 7,000 temporary jobs plus 3,000 permanent positions. The settlement is a boost for the whole of Saxony-Anhalt, stated Kröber. That's the dude from the government? Okay. Additionally, there will be thousands of new jobs at suppliers and partners, plus a wider boost to the local service industries, retailers, and so on, as is typical with the arrival of a large employer. Nice. The EU Chips Act was enacted in February 2022 with 43 billion euros or 46 billion US dollars, earmarked to encourage tech industry investments and development. Germany is one of the biggest gainers so far. Intel is also going to invest heavily in Ireland to the tune of 17 billion.
You know why I said ooh earlier?
Yes, I did think of that. $18.2 billion. Smaller but significant investments of 4.5 billion euros, $4.8 billion, is going towards plans in France, Italy, Poland, and Spain. I think this is a big win for Europe.
Yeah, I really do. Like, I don't actually have a problem with this, because it does, in large part, helps address the, like, bottleneck of the chip supply line that, oh god, where was it again? Oh god. The semiconductors are produced in Taiwan, I want to say? No.
Yes, Taiwan, yeah.
Oh, well, I was
That's
right.
correct.
My apologies.
Why apologies? You got it correct.
No, I immediately said, no, that can't be right, so.
All of Taiwan's sad now because someone's like, oh, are they made in Taiwan? No, that can't be true.
Yeah, I was just like reaching for them. I was thinking, oh no, is this just a stereotype in my head? Anyhow.
What stereotype is that? Oh, Asians are good with numbers, so they must make computers.
No, like Taiwan is known for making computer parts, so it has to be from there. But it's like...
That's less funny than what I said.
What you were saying was racist.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Hardcore racist.
Yes, yeah.
Anywho.
Anyhow,
it does make sense, like, Ireland is getting such a big amount of it, because it does work as, like, a hub station between, like, the Atlantic, I believe,
it's placed very well. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I keep interrupting you. I don't know why. I do this with every person.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get better, and I hate it, and I can't get better.
It's okay. It's okay. Ireland is just very strategically placed, and unfortunately, it used to be like the role filled by the UK entirely when it was part of the European Union. Like, to the point where it's like, okay, this is actually kind of bad. Like, these two places are the exact same route. Both, one is constantly getting overlooked, and there's no, like, divide. The fact that, like, Amazon didn't have any significant presence in Ireland before Brexit, it's like, even after Brexit, is just baffling to me. Like, the fact that everything has to be shipped across from the UK to be sold in Ireland is just a huge oversight. It's a huge oversight. But it does speak to, like, kind of, mild corruption in business. It's like, you're not doing what makes sense as a business. You're doing what makes, you the most money as an individual. Because the company's still good at the end of the day regardless, so.
But now with Brexit having happened, that means that I think Ireland is doing really great in a few years.
Oh, most assuredly, because it's, again, right next to the UK. It can fill all the same roles the UK used to do as, like, the hub into the EU, but actually uses the euro, and is actually a firm part of the European Union.
Actually better than being in the UK.
Yeah, it does speak to a lot of, established dominance that the UK had before, back from having Ireland as a colony. Back then they were able to set up a lot of trade routes into the UK specifically, and people didn't really want to switch over because they already had all these things with UK. It's better just like double down on that as opposed to diversing into Ireland. But now the UK has done the financial equivalent of taking a shotgun and just closing one eye and putting the other directly over the barrel whilst it's fully loaded. And any day now, they're going to realize someone's messing with the trigger, and it'll be too late.
And it's themselves.
Yep.
And also, I think
really
this is hilarious. Once they realize that they could have gotten 17 billion euros off like new factories and shit for their computer companies, because the UK used to have a lot of like great computer companies. So did Germany. We're fucked now. The UK also is fucked a bit less, but also this is funny to me. Like, once more British people realize it, I don't think they have, or like politicians too. I think they'll get so mad and not talk about it. But okay.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like they would know this was coming down the line back when Brexit was voted for in like 2017 or something. It's been this
the
whole.
EU always has like tons of grants and stuff.
That is also true.
All the time.
That is also true. But I think this is the biggest by far in quite some time. Kind of because again, China's being real funky with Taiwan, and it's the only place where you can get semiconductors currently. So it's like, let's change that. Let's invest in other areas. Again, I wish there was a few I've said it before, so I won't go into major repeats. Just a few that were government owned, just for the sake of controlling the price of the product, having something that serves as a bedrock as opposed to every hat being up in the air. That would be useful.
So, I think this is a good example of against this kind of bad rep that the EU has gotten for especially in the UK and many other European countries too. Everywhere they kind of think oh well, the EU just takes a lot of money and then they just fuck around and do nothing.
No, they invest in projects like this.
This is a great example of why they need a lot of money, and that with a lot of money you can do a lot of awesome shit, like giving a shit place like fucking Sachsen-Anhalt, which I've never thought of in my life. Mm-hmm. Giving them an awesome Intel factory and giving them 10,000 new jobs total, probably. Maybe more. I don't know.
Not in total, because again, only 7,000 are temporary. That's going to be construction jobs that probably will hire a few people locally, but for the most part will be shipping people in from within France or neighboring regions.
Maybe, but there's still a lot of new positions getting made there. And as they say, thousands of new jobs at suppliers and partners.
The 3,000 plus one is pretty good. So,
yeah.
The permanent ones, that's good. Temporary ones, those come and go. So,
but hopefully it helps. But I'm also talking about the side effects, because if you have Intel there,
then it's
Intel has other companies they need to work with and stuff like that.
Yeah, it kind of cascades out from there, and it is also just very good as a location, because a lot of problems. It's in Ireland, everything is in Dublin or on the way to Dublin. The bus route people take to get into there to work in Dublin. So it's okay, we could have probably used some of this stuff being set up in the west of Ireland as well, which is also region I have never had to think about. It's pretty much just you got the north, which is focused on because it's still part of the United Kingdoms, despite what some people would want. And then you have just from Dublin to Galway, it's along that route, that connection there, from the east side down to the south, it's that's where the majority of stuff is in terms of international companies and production lines. You can find it along that part of the map. When it comes to the west, it's oh boy, that's fairly barren. I can't think of one significant thing over there. So it's something like this is a huge boon when it's just off the beaten grid. That means you then have to establish a grid to it. It's a huge help. It's really good for people.
Placement, because it is in Germany, which is which is bang in the center of Europe.
And
also,
I said France earlier. My apologies.
Well, okay. They can get people from France, though, because they're in the EU, so they can employ people from every European country, essentially.
Another good thing of the European Union, and I said, local people within the area or bordering regions, neighboring countries that happen to be near enough to where this site is.
It's not a big city, but it has 230-something thousand people in it. Yeah. And it has a lot of motorways and stuff connecting it, and it's seems like actually a good location.
Things like this are just pretty good.
I'm sure that Intel has thought a lot about this.
And I think we need to start rushing through the rest of this, because I got something at 11 my time, and I gotta eat. So, topic number 3.
The Dish saga continues with this new story. We've talked about them before. Some backstory to this. T-Mobile bought... which one was the other one? something with an I. Not Swirl, something like that. It was a dumb name. Not Swift, that's a programming language. It's just, Sprint. T-Mobile bought Sprint. And as a part of that deal, for some reason, Dish Network was supposed to become a new mobile service provider.
Mm-hmm.
So there's enough competition in the mobile space in the US that makes a bit of sense. Stupid solution, but it makes sense. We've talked about them a few times, like how they had a test network with like a gamified network where people had this app and they could like earn shit, which I thought was a fun, cool idea. Not really useful, but fun. And I would try that out. But yes, there's updates on this story now. Sod, please read it.
Topic number 3. This says it launched 5G services the day before it faces millions of dollars of fines.
Already the most Dish
You don't
thing.
say. Oh, by the way, this is exactly like the recent article about like Activision Blizzard says Activision Blizzard did nothing wrong when it comes to like employee abuse and harassment over these specific 5 years, not throughout the history of the company as a whole. But it's like, even those specific 5 years, it's like, nope, all your employees are saying something different. There's like, at least like several dozen like credible claims with people willing to back up and confirm these things were happening. But it's like, hey, Activision says Activision is innocent. What you gonna do? And this says it has 5G service, so it can't be fined millions of dollars. Let's read on and see if that's really true. Today's the day. This network needs to offer 5G services to at least 20% of the US population or face some steep fines from the US government. And lo and behold, Dish appears to be lighting up its 5G services in the nick of time, but there's an awful lot still up in the air. I mean, does it cover 20%? Because if not, that's not good enough, but also probably is going to be laxed, because the FTC for several years had just like said, oh, you have to do such and such for this merger to be approved or whatever. It's like they didn't do such and such, and this merger wasn't revoked. You know? The FTC has been fairly toothless recently, so oh well. Silas, you've been quiet for a while.
Yes. Well, just read it. If I don't shut myself up for this one, we're going to talk like an hour about this.
Okay. Okay. The company's website for Project Genesis, I think that's
not even the name. Their fucking logo. See, this is what I mean. The fucking logo is Jenna, and then there's a 5, and then it says IS. So it's like lead speak for Genesis.
Well, I mean,
I would call it Jenna 5 says, because that's fucking dumb. Okay.
No, Jenna 5 is. There's no additional S
Jenna
there in the 5.
Is? Like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's dumb. Also, Genesis, really? There's so many sci-fi stories about Genesis of X and X.
Stolen it from the Mega Drive name in the US.
Yeah.
Sega console.
It's like there's so many sci-fi stories about monsters having the Genesis. It's like Genesis of the Genesiqua, the Daleks, the Cybermen, countless other things. Why would you want your name associated with Genesis? It's like the bad thing in every sci-fi plot whenever something is named Genesis. It's never a good thing.
It's also a band.
Yeah. Anyway, the company's website for Project Genesis, that's what it's calling the whole endeavor. I love that they have to put that in preferences. Like, really? They went with that name. That basic bitch of a name for a new project. Okay. Has been updated to state that it's live in 120 cities. That doesn't sound like 20% of the US population. With a link to order now. Oh god, they don't even have it. Yeah, like, you have to have this set up before they'd be covering 20%. It's not like, hey, you have the option to, buy this.
I mean,
you gotta be doing
120 cities. If that's just like the 120 biggest cities, I think they could get 20%.
I don't know.
More, probably more even.
I don't know. It's like there's a few like real big cities like Los Angeles and New York City and like I believe it's Dallas or something or Austin in Texas, and it's like, but like outside
I
of
believe
that,
it's Dallas or something. Okay.
like I maybe
You're
it's just me
supposed to
remembering
be
the TV show.
American too, right? Not just Irish.
Hey, give me some slack here. America is effing massive. Like
Yes.
America is essentially a solidified form of the European Union. It's like if the European Union now was like its own like national body, as opposed to just like a union consisting of a bunch of other national bodies. It is massive and diverse across the board. Don't expect me to know absolutely everything about the US. Like things can be different from one corner of Germany to another. That's true for any individual state in the US, and then amplified by a factor of 1,000 when it comes to one state to another. It's like massive. Anyhow, on and out. Until very recently, the website only listed the 120 initial cities that the services would cover outside the first test market in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it looked uncertain that Dish would make its deadline. It's still not entirely clear that Dish has met the requirements. Dish has yet to formally announce the service's launch, and the company hasn't responded to our request for more information. If services doesn't cover enough of the US population today, Dish faces fines starting at 16 million and increasing for every wireless band that isn't deployed, per its agreement with the Federal Communications Commission. Oh, FCC, my bad. They've both been fairly toothless recently, but it's weird. One's for businesses, but the FCC covers communications, and it is Wi-Fi is a business, but also a form of communication. It's a whole thing. And yeah, Dish chairman Charlie Ergen said that in May that the company would need an extension. We're just getting it done. Wouldn't. My apologies. Yeah. Wouldn't need an extension. We're just getting it done, he told investors. Well, we'll have to see about that in lawsuits that follow this up.
I've opened up the original article for this again. The pricing for this isn't bad. It's actually just $30 per month for unlimited talking and text with 5G, and $20 for a data-only plan. Which is, I think that's fine. That's actually pretty good, especially compared to shit German prices. Also,
okay.
I have to read this part because it's funny. Don't know why I did copy this part, but it says, while it appears to be a true commercial launch, there's still a whiff of beta testing about the program. Among the basic plan features, there's also a mention of exclusive rewards, including NFTs. Something that Dish previously mentioned it would be introduced to encourage members to help fine-tune the network. I wonder if this is a full launch or if they're still testing shit. The company also promises fast delivery and an easy onboarding process. So they just say, it's fully launched now. I mean, that's a way to test something. Just launch it and see what happens, but... okay. It's pretty funny. If somebody is, like, in the US... Oh my god.
Yeah, let us know how that service is going if it's available to you.
If you want to be like an early adopter, I would be all over this because I like playing around with new stuff. And this is at a reasonable price. Even if it was shit, I would still try and see what is fun about it. And I wouldn't say no to like a shitty, ugly, crap, useless, worthless shit NFT from fucking Dish Network, just so I can talk about how crap or fun this was trying it out, and then seeing them get fined anyways in a few days, or whatever's gonna happen. We don't know yet. Funny. I hope they'll do great. Good job if it works, and keep going, guys and girls, if it doesn't work out yet.
Hopefully it does.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm rooting for Dish here. They're quirky and funny and silly. Oh my god. moving on to topic number 4.
Yes, we'll have to go through this very quickly.
Which
have
is
to eat. Anywho?
Rather obvious.
Netflix
is turning Squid Game into a real-life game show. Surprisingly,
you're reading this. Silly me. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Of course they have not taken any of the lessons from this. Like, also a lot of American people not really reading into the... I don't even call it subtext. I haven't watched it, but I do understand. The explicit point of it is like, hey, unfettered late-stage capitalism, very bad. I dare say even, hey, just capitalism by itself, fairly bad without like any oversight or strict regulations. That's like, game show, make money, put yourself in harm's way. Of course they're doing this. Of course!
I like game shows, though, but I don't know if I'm going to like this. Some game shows are funny.
It depends. Like, it's going to be a lot less funny if someone actually just gets shot in the back of the head. It all depends on how committed they are to like
read this.
Emphasizing the original show.
Yes, let's read this. Netflix's Squid Game, a series about people risking their lives and sometimes killing one another on television in order to pay off their crippling debts, is becoming an actual game show. Though Netflix only just announced that Squid Game will be returning for a second season, which also is pretty obvious, today the streamer shared its plans to expand the Battle Royale-esque franchise with a real-world game show inspired by the fictional competition at the center of the original series. Like Squid Game The Challenge, not to be confused with MTV's The Challenge. That's a show. How generic can you name your game show? Just call it The Challenge. Fuck off. Both of these names I hate. Squid Game The Challenge will pit 456 players from across the globe against one another as they fight for a $4.56 million prize that only one participant can ultimately claim.
Wait, hold on. Like, divide that by how many? I'm actually pulling out my calculator right now. I need to see this. I need to see this.
4.56. Divide it by...
Hold on. Let me do this myself. I just want to talk it out loud.
Yes.
4.600. Another 0. Divide by... I could have divided. Nope. I'm getting confused. Just use the calculator right now. You're too tired to do math. 6 equals... Yeah, of course it is. It's like I could have just divided by that, but oh well. That is $10,000 per contestant. I feel like if they just gave each contestant $10,000 each, that would be life-changing in and of itself. Instead, they expect like over nearly 500 people, well, nearly 460 people, to just like debase themselves for people's amusement and walk away with nothing as they fail. Time after time
almost
and time.
5 million.
Yeah, that's great for the one person.
Yes.
But the other 455 people will get
back
like
to
nothing
communism
from
with
this.
Sod. That's a new podcast.
I'm not saying like Kanye. I'm just saying.
That's what it is, though. That's what it is.
No, it's not.
Don't
Trust
give
me.
one person a lot of money. Give everybody a little bit. Wow.
No, it's not even a little bit. $10,000 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. You know?
That can't even buy a car.
It can buy a decent second-hand car.
And also,
it can cover like a lot of loan payments.
Compared to $4.56 million, yes, it is very little.
Okay, I'm saying compared to that, I will concede. But in general, $10,000, I'd be happy for $10,000 just out of the blue. Like, that would make a huge improvement to my life. I can't imagine anyone who wouldn't.
Is that an interesting show, though?
Who says it has to be an interesting show? This is a phenomenal waste of money compared to like any like actual creative product they could be making right now. So many shows have been cancelled recently with like not only this like nearly $5 million for the prize money, but all the production costs going into this show which has to be staggering given it spans the globe, apparently. Like, they could have easily just, like, greenlit, like, at least 3 other series. You know, animated live action. And that would have been better. But nope. 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 And again, just, like, pointing out, like, if they had given this money out to, like, everyone evenly, would have been still a huge sum of money for, like, your average person is not communism. Like, I would encourage, like, anyone to do deeper research into the subject, because a lot of people's exposure to communism is, like, you know, or just, like, information about it, is the Red Scare that happened back during the Cold War, which is very different from actual thing, and it's a whole thing. I'm not going to go into it here. I wouldn't even describe myself as a communist. Maybe like a social democrat or something along those lines, thinking it's, hey, okay, some capitalism, but it's like, needs to be regulated. But it's like, again, like, a lot of people just have the image in the mind of, like, communism. They're going to kill your kids. It's like, maybe do some research into that.
That's
maybe.
Not true.
I mean,
I'm going to just keep reading, so
anyhow.
I don't care what you're going to say. You'll be edited out at this point. Though Netflix has released a promotional video featuring scenes from the fictional Squid Game, it has not yet specified what sort of obstacles Squid Game The Challenge will throw at contestants. In a public statement about the new game show, Netflix Vice President of Unscripted and Documentary Series, what an interesting position, Brandon Reig sang Squid Game... Sang... Is that part of a name? What does that mean? Sang in this context.
Where the second to last paragraph?
Yes, right there.
That's what
Brandon Reig sang Squid Creator.
I think it's just a typo. Yeah, said.
What is it supposed to mean? Said? Sang
yeah.
Squid Game creator.
I
get it.
Mm-hmm.
So Brandon Reig sang Squid Game creator Wang Dong-yuk, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, said Squid Game's
Yuk's praises. He sang Yuk's praises and cited the series' worldwide success as some of the reasoning behind Netflix's decision to turn it into a show the public can participate in.
So dumb. It goes against everything the show was trying to say based on my understanding, you know? Pointing out a lot of flaws here. Yeah, I haven't either, but I like to read watch some videos in the political space of YouTube, and it's like, something that got covered, you know?
We're grateful for his support as we turn the fictional world into reality in this massive competition and social experiment, said Reig. Fans of the drama series are in for a fascinating and unpredictable journey as our 456 real-world contestants navigate the biggest competition series ever, full of tension and twists, with the biggest ever cash prize at the end.
Mm.
The more I read about this, the more I think I would more watch this real one than the actual show.
Yep, and that's kind of the problem with the human race.
I think seeing one person maybe win almost $5 million is awesome to me.
You know, if there was absolutely no other problem in the world, everything was just fine for like literally everybody. No climate change, no pressing things that need to be covered. It's like, fine, whatever, sure. Like have a show where someone can like win a bunch of money when a bunch of contestants engage in competition with each other. It's like this happening in a world where we have so many crippling problems. So many people are like homeless or malnourished, not getting enough food, massive climate change problems, like needing to shore up infrastructure, like the chip shortage we have, like the production line. Just in a world where all of that is happening, to have this game show exist based off a property that was critiquing some of the problems this game show represents is just maddening. It's like, again, like some people watched the Squid Game and took it away as like a critique of socialism, and it's like, what? No. like, I'm not saying like everything has to be hard, completely, utterly socialist, you know?
We know socialism means only one person ever wins, and that's not the point. That's not even true.
Yeah, it's like, but some people are just like so warped. It's like about like battling against other people, defending an unpopular side. You know, not to say it's like inherently wrong based on its popularity. That's not a valid argument, but it's like so deep in the brain rot of just like, hey, I've been raised to think this was good for my entire life, and I can't critically analyze this or, you know, critique it in any way. It goes everything I've been taught since I was a kid, and thus would do mental gymnastics, like avoid having to like acknowledge or address like any like surface level problems with the system we live in. It's like, it's maddening.
Seems like a very US American thing to me.
Yeah. I gotta read number 5 now, because boy, it's 1:45. I got something at 11, and I got to eat real soon. So, topic number 5. Microsoft is working on games for Microsoft Teams. Ooh. Microsoft has started working on bringing casual games to Microsoft Teams services. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell The Verge that the software maker has started testing games like Solitaire, Connect 4, and Wordament inside Microsoft Teams. The casual games are designed to allow colleagues to play against each other, often during meetings. Okay. While you won't be playing Halo or Forza inside Teams anytime soon, Microsoft is clearly looking at games as another way to improve the meeting experience as businesses continue to balance the needs to hybrid and remote work. Hybrid and remote work. Mm-hmm. Microsoft is only testing casual games internally from its casual gaming offering right now. And the company could choose not to roll this integration out to consumers and businesses. Reached for comment, Microsoft refused to comment on its testing of games inside Microsoft Teams. Alongside testing casual games in Teams, Microsoft also envisions virtual spaces inside Teams where colleagues can network and socialize with games. These virtual spaces are part of the Microsoft's broader metaverse plans. Oh god, no, not them too, not another one.
I think they were the first ones to actually show this kind of concept like years ago.
Yeah, but they didn't put the marketing hype behind it that Facebook
because
has.
They wanted to work on it, and then Facebook came out and like stole their idea and made it worse.
Yep, and now everyone is sour against it, including me. Anyhow, the company has previously detailed its ambitions for 3D avatars and immersive meetings that are expected to arrive in Microsoft Teams in this year. Well,
it's Teams
interesting.
Before? Have you used Teams before?
Never, not in my life.
I've used it for 2 years because of my school.
Uh-huh.
I really don't like it because it's so bloated.
It seems like they should probably work on improving and streamlining the core product first before they start adding stuff like a metaverse on top of it. Probably get that solid foundation down before you start building a meta house on it.
Yeah, multiple ways to access the same thing sometimes, and it acts slightly differently depending how you access something, and it's really annoying.
That sounds...
It has so many things built into it already. Don't put more into it. And also, why games? Like, why? And also, what I thought of this while reading it, why can't I just get, like, 5 Minecraft accounts or something, and then drop into, like, a fucking Minecraft world and have, like, a metaverse, VR, fucking... insane futuristic meeting in that. That's going to be...
Because...
I'm guaranteeing you that's a way better experience than doing it in fucking Microsoft Teams.
The reason is Minecraft is its own separate product. Like, you'd have...
Yes, but what's stopping me from that?
You get more money for making an additional product, despite it being inferior, to add on to this, as opposed to just combining the two together.
I will not use this. If this is a company, we will not use Microsoft Teams.
Oh, thank goodness.
I thought of like this, like, I don't know when, But at some point, I was like, well, I want to have my own company at some point. Maybe I want to learn how to make games and then get some other dev in. Oh, we should do interviews in Minecraft to see how well they can do like team play and shit, working with other people. That makes sense to me. This doesn't. Why do I need Connect 4 inside of Microsoft Teams?
You really don't.
I don't need this. You can play games already. It's called using a second window. Just minimize Microsoft Teams, and that's it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can play Connect 4. You can play fucking Minecraft. You can play fucking Forza while talking about the next strategy of how to market your product or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think this needs to exist. I don't like it.
I'm pressed for time.
I don't like this. You get that, people. I don't like this. So
yeah,
okay.
I find it utterly pointless. Just a waste of time with development resources as opposed to improving the core product.
Yeah, seems like an idea where some executive was like, wow, this is a cool idea. And then the more you think about it, the stupider it becomes. Oh my God. Send us an email with your favorite stories and news items and other tech-related things on uploadingpod@gmail.com. Also follow the Twitter and Instagram with...
Follow all the links that you can find for all three of us. The podcast being its own entity in this.
Yeah.
Follow all the Linktree things at the Linktree of the Uploading Podcast for Silas and for me as well. At Twitter at PassionSod, also at AdultSod if you want to look that stuff up.
Some things.
Again, as I said before, the shorts I said, watch and like those. The reviews, Halo Infinite and Morbius, watch and like those. Join the Discord, vote later. That's about it for me. Also, donations are a huge help. Anything you want to plug real quick, Silas?
Well, just as Todd said, follow the link trees. Maybe you can, if you're interested in tech stuff, sub to Silas on Linux on the YouTube channel. Also, please leave us a rating on your favorite podcatcher.
Comments as well, if they're available.
If that works, yes. Just right. Silas is correct about Teams. Fuck Microsoft. I'm installing Linux right now. And that's a good comment. That's a great comment.
Don't just write that out verbatim. You'll get flagged for spam. Especially if a lot of people start doing it.
Right, yes. I wanted to say something else. I forgot.
Oh, well, I gotta force this to end now, so... Sorry about that. Well, you'll just have to remember it for next week. Oh, we did do the days of the week this year.
Yeah, we had it out, but like when I realized we hadn't talked about it, we were like 40 minutes in, and then I just closed the tab.
Open up one real quick, just for the road.
World Refugee Day.
Do donate wherever you can. Your time, your money, food for them to eat. It is a huge help.
It is also National American Eagle Day. Are you serious?
I mean, they're probably an endangered species, so yay! Donate to conservation efforts whenever you can. Also, again, donate to us. Thank you. Now,
wait. My favorite one is World Productivity Day.
Productivity is at an all-time high, yet the wages have not been increased accordingly.
Also, happy Pride Month, people, and now we're done. We're ending this.
Indeed. Enjoy your kinky selves. It's time to say, ta-ta, Wiedersehen, until we meet again. Bye-bye.
Visit bitch. Go to bitch.